Okay, welcome back. I thought I'd do another video while I have the momentum. Um, yeah. So I was touching base on the new theme last video, which is adding my Japanese learning to the mix, and it's anime related, of course, for obvious reasons. So there was something that I was doing. So I do use Duolingo. That's pretty cool. But ChatGPT has been helping me out a little bit more with other things such as um, speech and enunciations when I use the voice command mode. Um, I'll touch base with that in another video. So right now, I'm a beginner, but there are some things that I've noticed that can be a little bit confusing. But and being like speaking my native tongue is English, obviously. I know that there are words that can have significantly different meanings from each other. That's kind of common. Um, yeah. And I see in Japanese, it can be the same way. You can pronounce something one way and it can have multiple meanings, even though it's spelled differently. And here's an example that kind of like tripped me up because I'm doing a vocabulary list here, and we're starting lesson two. At first, it started off with days. I was going to do it like day one, day two. But then I said to myself, I practice, uh, I use other tools. So I'm not necessarily going to keep up with this every day, especially if I work and come home and stuff like that. So I turned it into a lesson format, easy enough for me. When I jump in, hey, I'll just do a lesson. So here's my vocabulary words. And I thought, hey, let's connect a translator here so I can hear the voices back. And I can also see if they match up to the actual words I'm putting in, whether I type it in or not. So here's an example. I think it was the first one that kind of did it up for me. So IE is the same, sounds the same as if I was going to say no. So it's like, yeah, but that sounds the same as house. So there's a few things there that I'm gonna have to put my headphones on so it doesn't echo, my earphones. But I can do an example, and I will have to reset my earphones again, but I can do that. Not a problem. That's weird. So let me type that in. Let me just type in no. And as you can see, it's similar right here. And it sounds the same. So let's see if my earbuds connect without me having to do a whole bunch of stuff. That would be nice. Let's see here. It did. It did. It's pretty good. So I can hear it, and when I click on the voice on here, it won't echo. That's the thing.
いいえ、
So it says yeah. I might have said it wrong. But anyway, so it says that. All right, so that's cool. And we had house, I think it was.
いいえ、
Yeah. So it's a little bit. So the e is not so long. When you say yeah, it's no. Yeah. Seems like it's eh, house, but it's so similar. It's confusing to like a noob like myself. But I did catch it though. I did catch that, and that's why I'm doing these vocabs, the vocab list here, and I'm using chat to help me with it. And chat's really been a great tool for this. You definitely have to spend time tailoring this to your needs. Like just doing a thread and just working out of that thread works for me. I have some threads over here that I use. I don't have a lot of them. If I want to do something just, not too crazy, but I'm not going to probably follow up with it like daily or something like that, then I'll use the miscellaneous thread and keep that stuff there. But for the most part, um, this right here is starting to turn into a little miniature course. And I also added an update for it to increase in difficulty as time goes on. And it'll probably turn into, excuse me, a good um, tool for me to learn uh, in time. So, like, that's something educational instead of me talking about some type of cat coin or something like that. I think that works. I think that works. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be tying in anime, Bitcoin, and relevant news in reference to Bitcoin, and my Japanese learning experience as I move through the journey. And it's pretty cool so far. I like it. It's awesome. It gives me an excuse not to jump into the latest coin, the late out of a thousands of coins they got out there. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like for me, my crypto, I'll give a little history and my, I guess I'll just rant a little bit. To me, like I got into it, crypto, for Bitcoin, not necessarily because of what it was actually created for. It was during the pandemic. I don't think I need to go any further. But as time went on, I just started learning a lot of different lessons, and I'll definitely go over them through this journey to the next halving in reference to airdrops and all this other stuff, meme coins, DeFi, and everything, all to end up to just really holding Bitcoin, if that makes any sense. I do have some other plays out there, but ultimately, yeah, it's just mainly Bitcoin. So we'll touch base on that as the journey goes on, and that's pretty much it.